one, and then so hello. Nerd typed it in. I'm gonna go and get a carbonated beverage in a moment. I just realised that I can now go like the plan changed. I'm no longer needed to drive. Allegedly now or later, so I can be live. I can. There's so many tests to continue doing, but I want to move in the game. I'm a bit sick of just being on the edge of the time shift and just going in and out, doing other little tests. It's a bit. I would like to get the wake stuff nailed down. That means I need to go to a wake scanner engineer. Is that Jameson in Shinra Desrata? Is that where I need to go? Not sure. I'll check in a sec. So, what have we learned so far in the last 24 hours? Have we improved our knowledge? Yes, we have. In fact, not only have we improved our knowledge, I've just recently had a new insight into the whole situation in a lovely and productive conversation that I'm in with some people in the independent Raxler Hunters Discord. Massive big up to how they're keeping the flame alive over there of finding this bad boy. So I think that we've inadvertently cracked the whole thing. I really do. I think that the evidence that this situation provides is absolutely the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Like, I think we're gonna genuinely. I think we're gonna find Raxler in the next few weeks. I, 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 I'm. I think we cracked it. So you're still hyper addicted. And yeah, I'm alright. I need to focus and ground myself in productive action, not in lowering myself and the energy of this stream to like trying to fight in this medium any poor thinking. It's much better and more effective to demonstrate effective testing and reasoning than it is to like that's going to have a better impact on other people, right? They'll see like what I'm doing. They'll witness that what I'm doing is I'm asking questions and then I'm seeking data to challenge that question, right? And I think you can all agree with that. Those of you that are coming back frequently to keep up with this, I think you get that. I don't get me wrong. Like I want something cool to happen in the game. Like there is a bias in that sense, and obviously the way that DW3 exists at the moment, I think it's kind of a situation where Frontier were planning already to have a story happening now, and they were hoping that their plan would go well and that it would justify investing in stuff and having the story, and they don't have control over if a group of players are going to create a massive expedition at this time, right? They don't have control that that group of people are just going to decide to do it, and they're going to do it whether Frontier like it or not, but they want to do this extra stuff with the story. And I get it, like it's hard. Frontier have to meet people in the middle. And so I think that what we've done here and the pointers that we're managing to derive from whatever is lore-wise being reflected back into the DW3 stuff. So what right now, the position that I'm distilling to, that I've shared in this, that I think people should read and I'm going to just share with you. So first things first, let's queue up this video, right? So there's a series from Drew Wager, who is a prolific and I would say a great author. Like I like his work. I really enjoy reading his stories. And I'm really pleased to have had a part of, as my character, where I've been in the group, The Children of Raxler, which is directly part of his stories and stuff. Anyway, so he has a whole YouTube series, which is, I believe, official. If you're a new player or just want a handy reference to the hyperspace lore of Elite Dangerous, this video will lay out all the major technology over the various periods in Elite Dangerous history. This is the definitive guide to hyperspace technology. Let me just show you what this says, alright? This is the description that they've written. There's a link to his Discord, and then it says he is an official author of Elite Dangerous. So the contents of this can be taken as truly gospel, right? Like, the contents of this state accurately, and I would argue, like, undeniably, like, Frontier have more than likely got a measure of editorial control over what exists in the public domain associated officially to their brand. And I'm almost certain that if this contained material errors, like, they have a legitimate hundreds of millions of pounds a year. Oh my god. Anyway, like, it. So people are saying to me that this is probably just a misspoken thing or whatever. So this is my point, and this is my position right now. Frameshift technology is not a technology that is able to travel space very fast. It is a technology that enables someone to travel through space in no time. And it is a time travel technology, not a fast engine. We have thrusters that let us move around in space, And the frameshift drive lets us move around in time. When we shift our frame of reference, it is not a spatial shift, it is a temporal shift. When we're in Super Cruise, to people on the surface of a planet, it would look like we just disappear. Because we're outside of their time reference. It's not about the frame of reference in space, but in time. And so what I'm saying here is that when you're arriving at a Radakoider site, instead of the frameshift drive being able to enforce that what's in its sphere of control arrives at the desired space at the desired time, the Radakoider are somehow dictating that that space exists at a certain time, and when we get there we end up in that time, and we can't get out. Right now we don't have technology to counter it, so it's like a trap. What it means is there could be stuff hidden in time outside of that time that we get trapped in. So I think this is like a weapon against us by the Thargoids. So I'm in this thread, I'm expanding on some of it, but listen to this video. Definitely check out Drew and subscribe to him, and do check out his lore series. Like, as he says, he's written books. Yeah, he knows his shit. He's read the secret books. He's read the bit that says what Raxxla is. It says it all. He's read that. Because he's been told they're not allowed to write stories about it. You can't not write a story about something that you can't know about. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would accidentally... Anyway. So listen to what he says. We're going to get a drink. So, faraway transit system. Type 0, around 2800 to 3125, right? That's when hyperspace becomes a thing, and jumping between things becomes a thing, right? 2800. But Tau Ceti was way before that. Like, we used just engines, propulsion, to start expanding. Which took generations and generations, right? Like, you would have a ship that has to leave, and on it, you have, like, 2 generations that are born, and then it starts turning around and slowing down. And then you have 2 more generations, and then it arrives at the planet where they all then go down and start seeding populations. Oh, I'm sorry. You know. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I know. This rule well annoys me. I can't change that, Crazy. I'm sorry. It's because you're on YouTube, mate. I can't change that easily right now. Can I change it on the fly? Did that work? Can you hear it now? Did that change anything? Or do I have to... I think I have to drop the stream and start it again, and then I just lose everyone anyway, so it's kind of like... Yeah, this was so annoying. I'm sorry, you can't just be like, oh, it's a misspeak. I'm sorry, you can't. You can't. They literally say that at the beginning, the very beginnings of this, the risk, the issue, was you end up in a different time. What? And the other one was atomic. What was it? Dangers of misconfigured jumps. So atomic reorganization would be where you're all jumbled up, right? So like that would be really bad. And time displacement would be where you're not jumbled up, but instead of being in the correct place in time, you are displaced in time. What? What? I would definitely say that right now, this is what happened to me and you if you go to the Radacoida. And anyway, I won't continue to play this because you can watch it. You can watch it in your own time. And also, you don't hear it on YouTube, so it's pointless. But I will play the music. I think that that's what's happening. I think that's what answers what's happening. I think that I'm right, that so we've loaded in and we're shifted, right? I do need a wee and I do need another drink. Like the experiments with Fargoid vessels, the ones connected with the vessel were transmuted when they did that successful test. They came back as a blob, so to speak. Oh, yeah, I remember that, yes. And that was with the what's-her-face test, wasn't it? CO, Leon, the psychic one that grassed us up. And yeah, Pegasus, I think that what the Radacoida could be is a weapon. I think it's a Fargoid super weapon. I think that as it grows in that system, I think that we will start to have worse effects. Because right now, once you go there, you're in a different time. Now, we haven't worked out if there's any implications of that yet. But what also happens is, let me just go away from this one. Thank you. Thank you. We'll get there one day. One day I will just load the game and intuitively capture. Right, so this... Wait. We're back in daylight again. No, wait. It can't be daylight here again. What time are we in? Oh my god, I'm getting so confused. There's 3 times, guys. There is 3 times. We've just confirmed it. There's 3 times. If there's 3 times, it can't be a bug. Okay, they want to fight? What's the problem? Byron Crane. Is there no cargo? We put all the cargo back. Thank goodness. Oh, thought I had Titan drive component on me for a second. I was like, right, it's time to go. But I don't have guns either. This isn't the main one. Right. So. I agree, Rosen. I'm not shifted. This is real time. Real time at this location. Right. Let's SRV survey. Okay, so travel, target lat long, target current, set. Right, so we're here, yeah? We're here. This is the place. This is the place in space, right? It is a finite place. It is 6.9849 latitude, I think. Minus 46.0500 longitude on body 2A of HIP 87621. This is what it looks like now at 1858, 1859, okay? On the 30th of Jan, 3312. And in Sol, if we view Sol, and we view it as an orrery, oh my gosh, I don't know what that was. I'd love to know what that was. Can anyone tell me? Could you clip that and slow-mo it or something? Like, what showed up then? Because what if it's the door that's also the key, guys? Also, I think... Well, we already did a lot of this earlier, right? So I just want to confirm that my other screenshots are acceptable, yeah? Because I've also edited them and I've already got some of the data on the various... So, like, you see... Can you see this? So you see all these ones. So this is real-time... Uranus and Saturn are on the same side, right? And if we go back and we zoom in, Uranus and Saturn are on the same side, yeah? This is real time. Now I need to click here, and then I can also click back, and then, but then that click, and then I do this. It's confusing. Thank you. I'm just going to check this. It was the whole Milky Way, wasn't it? I know this is rough. I'm sorry. So do you think that's just how it actually is all the time? That when you go into the system map, what's actually happening is you just very quickly move away to the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it looks like Sol. It looks like Sol's highlighted. And then this is real time. If we zoom in, right? So the goal here is to make the bottom of Jupiter's orbit at the bottom. So if we now zoom in, this is how we keep our baseline. This is like our totem, like in Inception, right? This is where we're going to be safe. This is our safe place. And you should join me in doing this. This is how we know where we're at, yeah? So right now it's light. It's light there. When Sol's like that, it's light. Now that fucks with me a lot. I swear. Earlier it was dark. Now, obviously, this thing could be spinning. It obviously is spinning. 0.1 days. I see. I mean, and it orbits in the opposite direction, I guess. Is that what that means? Minus 0.4? Yeah, so, and that means that, so for an hour it's in the dark, and then for an hour it's in the light, essentially. Less than that, right? 10% of a day, well, yeah, 2.4 hours is a day, so 1.2. 0.2 of an hour is a fifth of 60. I've done that. Haven't I? Did I do it? I did it in a Viper. I haven't done it in my Cobra, to be fair. So, let's go and time shift somewhere else, and then come back to this point. 2BB. I'm not opposed to trying that. I'm on fire. But I would like to just get one more data point on the variability of... So what did we get so far? We got... real time, 2A and 2BA. So wait, are there any further out in the system? We haven't done 1, right? I haven't got imagery from 1. Okay, let's go to 1. I know you've tested this, Rosen, but I've got the screenshots of the others. I might as well just get this one, because I swear that earlier it was different. It's definitely only when you exit Super Cruise as well. It's the stage at which your frameshift drive would be ensuring that you're in the time you're supposed to be in. And when it attempts to do that in the circumference of these radicoida, it's unable to assert that it should be the time it was when you went into Super Cruise in normal time. It forces you into the other time. The bit I don't get is why when you log in there, you're in it. I would think that based on my current theory, when you log in there, you would be in normal time, and then when you go into Super Cruise, it would then apply. I've tried a couple Pegasus. I've done a couple bunny hops and never noticed any extra shifts. It's like a once and done. Once you shift, you're just in the shift. Right, so we're done. So we shifted. Looks fantastic. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know on fire. I mean, I don't know how good it would be at doing that calculation reliably. It certainly is probably worth a try. In fact, it could be quite reasonable for it to actually do quite well at that problem. Maybe it could compensate. So wait, it was 2... Oh, fuck. Where were we? We were at 2BB, right? Or 2B? Oh, shite. We were at 2A. I swear we were at 2A. Fuck. I remember... I've set the coordinate, but was it on 2A? Yeah, it was. It was on the inner moon, wasn't it? Yeah, around the gas giant. Oh my gosh. But obviously that's a lot further away now, because we time travel. But right now it seems like it's 10 years, but... Well, no, we've done a pretty good job of finding the consistent zoom levels. Like, I'll show you the screenshots. There are ways you can follow. There are... The zoom is deterministic, and you can just zoom 1, 1, 1, 1. But I'm a human, so I fuck up. See, the problem is so this thing is spinning pretty quick. We need to not target that. We need to go to the location SRV surveys got stored. Right.
Orbital flight engaged.
Agreed. My next thing is to go to like Lave and that, and Prism, and all those places. Tionisla. Look, we're hundreds of kilometers away. This is good. This is good. Although, wait, are we... Oh, no, no, this is bad. This is bad. We're on the other side of the... Fuck. We don't want to go over the... We don't want to enter... We don't want to instance with this biosite in case it interferes with our state. But I want to get back to my safe space, which was meant to be light. Crap. I'm going to go back up. Abort. Abort. Get the hell out of here! It's gonna contaminate you! I mean, don't. It's up to you. I mean, this is an interesting search. It definitely feels really productive. I'm going to end up dropping right on top of it, aren't I? Don't do this to me. Yeah. No, this is pure contamination. Okay. Oh, we're over it. We're over it. We're over it. We're doing good. We done good. Yes. Get me out of here. Get me out of the range before I drop out. Come on. Don't let this glide end. It ended too soon. Okay, so we instanced with this biological site as well. I didn't take the screenshots yet. Oh, shit. I mean, join me. Like, the more we parallelize this search, the sooner we are likely to make headway if there is things to uncover, right? Like, that's the bottom line. Like, I can't make any promises. I think that there is reason to this angle. I think that the Drew Wager lore piece, the amount of times in that video where time is mentioned, like, it must be on his part. If he knows that this is the case, it must just be like so mad that people don't notice it. Anyway, we're 15 kilometers away. It's such a cool idea, like, on their part, if it is true. Legends, like, thank you for building this. Do you know what I mean? Because it adds so much community and mystery and all that and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I just love it. I love it. This is what these sorts of things are about. Are about people being open-minded, trying things, trying to push it, and they can work with that. Do you know what I mean? So when you try to impose, it must be this, it must be that. I'm just going with what data has emerged from the actual game. Do you know what I mean? Right, so we're going to check. So, but this is contaminated, so it's kind of a pointless check. I can't say with confidence that this is the honorary view of Sol based on the time shift of a sample on planet 1, because I fucked up my approach. Yeah, I mean, we are shifted. So the first one we use is Salacious Orbit at the bottom. And then zoom in until Jupiter is visible at the bottom. That's what I'm using. I mean, it would make sense that they look the same, because it could be that 2A could accidentally be the shift that we're in now because we went so close to that one. So I might have scuffed my test. I think I've got a better test. I think I know how to do this test better. I'm going to just retry it, and then we'll... Do you mean, is it something that could be discovered without Odyssey, but you'd need Horizons? It's interesting you mention that. So, the Radicoidas aren't visitable unless you have Odyssey. If you go there in Horizons, you can't. Their atmosphere is excluded if you've got Horizons. So that's why I say that I think that it's important to separate the two things. I don't think that visiting the Radacoida or the Radacoida having this phenomena present is directly linked to the search for Axler. I think that it's the information that it proves about how the system behaves, about how the game behaves, that it's possible to enter these states, that there could be other things that you can instance with or events you can invoke that cause you to go through these shifts in ways that you just don't notice. And without having this planned concept of going to the orrery mode of Soul and grounding yourself in what it should look like and knowing if anything's changed, it's really difficult to ever notice. Do you know what I mean? Like, the only reason we discovered this was because I was at the Radacoida in the morning and I went back to my colony, and then I started hauling with a member of the community who's new and doesn't like landing on the dark side of places. And they started complaining that it was dark, and I thought they were absolutely gaslighting me. I thought that they were taking the piss out of me. I was like, what do you... I was literally docked there in the light, and I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, look at the screen, like, can you not believe your eyes? Like, it is light. And you could see him gliding down to me, saying, no, it's pitch dark, I can't see a thing. Obviously, it turns out he was right. Like, we ended up getting on Discord, and the whole skybox is different. Like, I had the Magellan Clown in front of me in the dark, and on his it was light but visible behind. Absolutely crazy, I agree. I mean, I've spent so many hours of my life searching stuff pre-SCO, pre-FSS, for Axler. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember when you'd see, like, oh, there's a gas giant over there with 8 moons, 400,000 light seconds out? Okay, that's the next 2 play sessions. I'm going to log in, set it off when I get back from work tomorrow so that it's just travelling. So we'll load back in real time. We'll target the biosite that we want to get near, that the location we're aiming for is near. And in that way, we'll just fly to 1 and come back. Right, so it's daytime in real time. Agreed? We all see this. So we'll target this. But then SpaceX our way out of here. So wait, we need to... Okay, where is 1? Yeah, you are probably right. Yeah, a lot of those ones would have just got left, and people would have just said, oh, well, if it's there, I won't be the person to discover it. It's valid. I've done it. I've done a few in the past, and then you wonder, what if that was the one? So it's 128 light seconds. It would be lovely to know exactly where it is. I think it's that at the back. It's that one, right? Yeah, there. Okay, we found it. So we've got the biological site on the moon that we want to return near to but not interact with targeted, right? I mustn't target anything else. %100 crazy. It's mental, isn't it? It's crazy how much the game has creeped in terms of our speed to get around. And how easy it is to check a handful of things. Like, literally, if I could just get all of you to log in and just go and retrace the steps of a bunch of the original things, we could hit so many opportunities to find other shifts, other ways that the game might mess with time that we've never noticed before. And just what if, do you know what I mean? What if it turns out that one of them, it just starts to make sense? Like, you invoke it, and then you're like, wait, it's in this place, and we know about that from this myth that we've researched 4 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel like we're in a position to attempt to viably, like, see soon, is just a vital domino is going to knock, and it is just going to create a cascade that will just make it trivial to find, I think. I think this time step is it. And I think they deliberately did it. I think that their quote from years ago, sometimes you just got to make it a bit obvious for people to look into it. I think they've been constantly taking steps on that. And I wonder, like, I've heard reports that similar things happened at active Thargoid sites. Like when you went down to Thargoid Spire sites that were active, that had orifices and stuff all going around, that in that scenario, there would be this time shift. But I've never witnessed that, and I didn't play the game then. So we are now in the Planet 1 time shift. It does look the same, doesn't it? Uranus and that. Okay, so I think what it is I didn't have a chance to revisit my VOD because when I realised I could just be live again, I was just like, just go live again. But I think what probably happened, I don't know, I might have got confused. I might have seen this sky, which is what my memory is of dusk. It's fucking beautiful, isn't it? Like the work they've done here. How people can say that they launched this system after 10 years so buggy that when you drop in like that, that happens. And they never noticed in testing. They never caught it. Despite the bugs that have been raised, it's not severe enough for them to fix. Despite the impact of it being that when you travel for the rest of your game session, you're experiencing the galaxy at another time. You can use it to make your wingmates teleport across the system. You can use it to deliver stuff in open to places where people can't chase you because, like, if they try to interdict you, you can just crash into a planet that they can't see. You can make it so that you can dock at stations that they can't stop because it looks like you just go to the middle of nowhere and then teleport in at the last second and make it. Well, I've revisited Spire sites and it doesn't happen there now, but they're all dead. And I can't find a single Thargoid site that's alive. I can't find any barnacle sites that are alive. So it's not just like, if it is a bug, it's not just like a small cosmetic bug. It has legitimate, like, PvP breaking gameplay implications. Like, if I worked there and I was being asked what bugs should we address, I would say if we want to be taken seriously as like a open PvP game, we have to deal with the one in the system that we've just opened up after 10 years that we've built a whole story around. Like, I literally can't understand people's reasoning and logic. Anyway, I'm trying not to focus too much on that negative side of it, because it's negative for everyone, right? So, with these other signal things pop up. Now, people say that this is just a bug. I've seen this pop up on POIs in Odyssey on the surface before, and when you go to it, it's just like a normal thing. I've never checked the Orrery mode to see if going to them causes a time travel event. See how the biological site is now 352 light seconds away on the other body, despite me not changing anything. It was like 127, wasn't it, before I went into the atmosphere. If I am completely honest, Crazy, I don't actually know. I think that there was an indication it became permit locked. No, the thing is, there's no data about it on any of the systems from before, so that's why I'm like, surely it was just permit locked for ages and no one noticed, no one spoke about it. I think that's the case, I don't know. But the region around it became permit locked when the colonization update came out, Trailblazers. Oh, really? What, this system was custom added into the galaxy map? As far as I know. So I want to get back to that safe point. Now, it might not be representative because it takes an hour for it to go from light to dark, right? So we'll see, if we just sit there for an hour, we'll see a sunrise and sunset. But I just want to make sure that I go back to the spot well and truly away from any of these sites so that...
Orbital flight engaged.
This is good. Today the half sword went into early access. 18 quid. So we're back where we started when we logged in. It's a well-priced entry to it, and 20 quid for the supporter edition. Gives you ham job rights. So... we'll double check. I've tried scanning the I've tried scanning the Cygnus and the Orion's ship comm logs. There's no obvious difference. It looks unchanged. You can, up here, you can do this in the friend tab, Q for CQC matchmaking. Yep. Is that when you go down into the afterlife mode? Is that what you mean, Crazy? By abyss mode. Yeah. Okay, that's impressive. I like the mode that's just like when you load in and at the bottom you start with fisticuffs and then you build up from there. I've still not managed. I've completed it once ages ago, and then they seem to have changed the AI, and now I can't finish it. Like, once you get to the point where you're both armoured, I just can't seem to... They always outgas me. You know what I mean? And then I'm just like stood there huffing, and they run up and push me over, and then you're fucked. Second you're on the ground. Second is the farmer of the scythe. The third is, it's not a commoner, is it? He's got a long sword. The third one's got... He's really tall, black armour, and he's got a long sword. And it's horrendous. Yeah, no, I know that, Sanity. But it's better to use a dedicated prospector that's A-rated. The prospector limpets in the Mark II multi-mining limpet controller aren't A-rated prospector limpets, so they yield fewer fragments than a dedicated A-rated prospector. And also, it's more efficient to have 14 collector limpets out at once than like micromanage. Oh, I'll deploy 6. And then, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just mentally easier. So, yeah. I know, like, I have the extra one for reasons, not as an error. Do you know what I mean? Fucking massive nerd. Massive nerd. Where is it? I wish that they would explain it in the game, how the limpets and that like affect stuff. Well, actually, technically, I've... So I'm currently exploring Time Shifted, right? What does that mean? Holy shit. Yeah, I agree, Crazy. They do a poor job of explaining all that info in the game, right? And it isn't explained anywhere. Like, you just learn by... Like, the way I learned that was I happened to spend some time at a time in the past frequenting r/elite miners and just, like, reading all of their mining maps and different information. And it was in there one day that I read that they'd done all this testing and proved that, like, the multi-mining limpet controller always has less, and they redid the testing when the Type 11 came out, and they confirmed that whilst the collector limpets of the Mark II are vastly superior to any other possible collecting limpet. Like, they collect so fast, it's mental, and they move so fast. They're crazy OP. They're also really good for collecting high grade emissions. Like, if you like, making a map farm in Type 11 is a very strong investment. It might even be what I do in my speed run next week. We'll see. I've not completely fleshed out the builds that I want to aim for.
System scan complete.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like the Type 11 build. It would be nice if we could... I mean, it is completely viable as well to ditch that Prospector Limpet controller and use it for someone else, but I'm not sure what else it would add... What would add more value. Do you know what I mean? Like a cheeky little bit of extra cargo. Could be good. But there's an interesting ratio in the Type 11 between, like, it's about, for me, it's 75 limpets to get a full load of 322 tons with all of the engineered cargo racks in there. And that's a nice ratio. Like, it's 5 tons for every limpet, essentially, right? Ish, 4 and a bit.
Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
We didn't try the Cobra, did we? Sorry to the person that suggested that. I'm going to do this jump and then go and get the drink that I mentioned wanting, but not getting yet. I have a tendency of doing this. I'll get so locked into little challenges that I just won't meet my needs as a human. You're right back. Yeah, you hear me? Nothing crazy happened. It says on here, one DSS survey, one, and at the bottom, planet. What's this then? There's an other location there. One. See, the thing is, I'm sure that that's... this is the thing, right? Like, what if... yeah, there could be an unregistered comms beacon that's there for me, but no one else, but... how am I ever going to know? Guess first we check that I'm still... time travelled, right? Why? Been a while since I've been... well, I was here somewhat recently, actually, but... I've not mapped any of this, so... stop it! Can't land there, but I can nuke it. Yeah, but the big issue with that, mate, is it's buggy as fuck and it gets all deleted, doesn't it? Very annoying. Mucho annoying. So this has signals. Notable signals. But we can't access shit. I made a lovely lasagna. Although I just realised when getting that drink from the fridge that I forgot to put mushrooms in it. Shame. Ah!
Landing gear deployed.
Thank you for your service, Rosen. Your service to science will be commended in the history of humanity. As you bathe in their caustic squalor.
Scan detected.
Are you gonna fuck me? They shouldn't. Don't you know that I am not your enemy? Cool name. Yeah, I've already just read that. Sorry, Crazy. That's why I've moved on, because I've already read what it leads to. So that comms beacon was part of the discovery years and years ago of the first Fargoid ship. There's a reason that that wanted to be found when it was found, you know. There's somewhere I want to go in particular. But I swear it was in this list, and I think it's been overwritten. It's so frustrating. The only way to reset it is to log out and log in, or multi-crew into someone else and then cancel the multi-crew, or perhaps multi-crewing in resets you as well. We should just check though. I just jumped. You're right. We should check. So, honorary mode. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Earth should be up here. If you're in the game now and you're not time shifted and you do what I just did, it will be different. And if we meet there, if we go there together, it will be different. Like, it's not just like it's real, but I know it's only a game and it's not real, but do you know what I mean? It's I know. What am I looking for? Sweet child with the lurk. What you got, Sanity? I think this is, isn't it? I can't get a straight answer. There's nothing. Lovely, Guru. Lovely. Let's just hope they don't stitch us up by making a bunch of new engineering that isn't compatible. This is from. Yeah, an antique Cobra Mark III was interred. The sequence was picked up by several relay posts in the Tionista system, and it has now been determined that it contains content obscured with an unknown encryption. Encrypted data is followed by an apparently meaningless clear text phrase. The vain queen rides a giraffe that remembers her daughter's hero. That actually, I remember this. This was like, it was amazing because if you were this happened like 3 days after they released the book Reclamation, and so it was like, in the game world, the story continued. It was amazing, and it was part of this. And this Cobra that they're talking about is in the book, and so that's where Salome gets the message from Rebecca, and goes down the path to look into the Formidine Rift. And then obviously later on discovers that she's a clone of Rebecca, and she's part of a system to try and control the galaxy by having a consistent chain of control through clones. No evidence that the graveyard's here for us, is there? No. If in doubt, follow the money, I guess.
Fuel scooping complete.
Nada of import to me. Firstborn child level of shit, isn't it? Reort, home of the clones. Forgive me, I'm being far too presumptuous. Wait a second. We jumped. We remain time shifted. What do you mean? What do you mean you found space desert? What does this mean? Use more words. I don't know. How? It doesn't make sense. What do you mean? What is it? What are these fucking words you say, sir? You're not wrong. Ah, you're not wrong. But there's only so much one man can check, right? So it takes lots of us just poking. That's the way we're going to get to the end of it. It won't be like just having a hero's journey of just me. Like, do you know what I mean? It will be a group effort. There's never going to be one person that's like, I solved Raxa. Do you know what I mean? It will be like maybe one of you will be like, I watched a stream of this guy and he solved the time travel bit and that made it all make sense. And then one day I just got on this track and I logged in and I followed the... And do you know what I mean? That's what I think the story will be like one day. I don't think it's likely that it will be me that finds it, but... Afternoon, Magna. Can you imagine if, like, the story in the end of DW3 is loads of people left when this got discovered, when Raxa got discovered? I don't think so. I feel like the DW3, just to be clear, like, I will return to the DW3 fleet at some stage to continue with them. There will be parts of the story that I think will happen near it, but right now I don't need to be sat in Rendezvous Point, right? Like, I can speed run that. I've proved it. I can speed run it in 2 hours. Pardon me. I can get back in 2 hours, and I stream this game full times at the moment, so it's my privilege, do you know what I mean? For now. Won't last forever. So, there's nothing obvious here. No, you're correct, Pegasus, yeah. Halsey is stating that, like, the storyline playing out with DW3 is that there is something wrong with Witch Space. And that there are beings in Witch Space trying to communicate to us and say that we need to fix it. Yeah, nice one. I'm on fire. Oh yeah, Seawolves. Oh yeah, thanks. It's more and more people are learning. This is real. This isn't a bug as far as I can see. Like, it's just taken a lot of effort for people to, like, believe and try. We will be the way. Uh-oh. Going to Redicrat and it's fucked. What if this is it? What if I jump in and it's like, warning, we have detected you are a temporal anomaly. Ah! Terra X Astro Core.
Fuel scooping complete.
I'm on fire. I can't promise we won't, but I'll try to, I guess, is the only honest statement I can say. I know, crazy. Some people can't believe their own eyes. You literally show them stuff and they want to believe an idea rather than what they're seeing, and it's hard. It's actually a really powerful thing at the moment, isn't it? Interesting, Seawolves. That's really interesting. So it's like truly... What... Is there any impact if... No, because if you're in a team... Yep. And have you noticed how it doesn't matter if... Like, if you don't map a planet, but you know the location of a radicoider, and there's no biological site point of interest there, you can still just fly up to it, and once you instance with it, boom, you time travel. And you can land anywhere else on the planet, and you don't time travel, right? Have you noticed that? Like, it is literally like, once you're within 90 kilometers of one of these plants, it happens. And now we're just trying to find, like, why? What does it mean? Like, like, great. Do you know what I mean? Like, now we're just trying to find, does it mean anything else? Like, can we do anything else with this information? And I don't know. Like, what I do know, and I think, is it's just in general, it's a new concept that possibly has been in the game for a long time. So I'm trying to apply this new piece of information across to, like, the Raxler hunt. And I'm currently just visiting some old places whilst I am time shifted. So, like, I am in the other time right now, whatever that time is, or whenever it is. And I would love to calculate more. I've also done tests. Oh, I've already done that, Seawolf. I've already brought, oh, so many things. That would be fascinating. I'm on fire. We've already done no obvious issues with anything. Like, they don't, yeah. So Guardian Orb, Guardian Tablet, Guardian Casket, Guardian Relic, Grelic, like the contaminated Guardian Relic, Ancient Key, Fargoid Heart, Titan Drive Component, Titan Deep Tissue Sample. Like, honestly, nearly everything, and I can't notice any change. I've tried spectrographing them. I've tried spectrographic analysis of the audio of the little sound that it makes when it releases the it doesn't make any different sounds when there's different stuff nearby. We haven't tried a Cobra Mark III. You have suggested this. I'm on fire. I do. We shouldn't we? I have not put any of those items into the Vapor, Seawolf. No. It's a right bitch getting up on top of it with an SRV alone. If you've got other people, maybe you can... Or you could try just dropping them from above in a ship, maybe. We've confirmed you can run into the radius on foot, which takes fucking ages, and you time travel. You can drive in an SRV with no ship around. We've confirmed that it doesn't matter if you have a Guardian frameshift drive booster or no Guardian frameshift drive booster. It doesn't matter if you have an old Sirius frameshift drive or a new dual, whatever they are, SCO drive, that you still time travel. We've seen no evidence that there's any way to iteratively cause multiple time shifts. So it is a one and done thing. Like, once you time shift once, you're in the time and you're shifted. And the only other way to change it is to log out and log back in. It, like, if you revisit another site, you don't shift more time. And there's no evidence so far that multiply scanning it or multiply sourcing the thing shifts you more, but I don't know that. Right now, all the evidence suggests that we're all going to the same moment in time, because, like, I did loads of samples for the community goal. So if there was, like, a counter that made it so that you go back a certain amount of time based on how many you've... That could be a thing. I'm not saying it's not. It could be that it's really subtle, right? It could be that every sample is a day or something, and I took hundreds. I don't know, but so far it looks like we're all going to the same moment. Man, it's exciting. Have you done the teleportation yet? Amazing. Have you tried teleportation? It's mad. I think this is my favourite clip of it so far. If you're on YouTube, you won't hear the audio. Sorry if you've... I know I've shown this a few times to people that watched the stream recently and stuff, but equally for people that are coming in, I think this is a really important realisation of how this works. So you can see in this clip that we're instanced together in a team, right? I'm time shifted and they're not. The other two aren't. We're in Sol, so you can see this is the beautiful sun that we've all woken every morning to. Mars for me is over here, but for the non-time shifted parties, Mars is over there, and we all exist in the same instance of experience, right? Like, relative to Sol, we all exist together at this moment in time, right? But what you'll see is when this person gets to Mars and they connect to Mars, watch what happens on the radar at the bottom. Did you hit 88 kilometers as well? I mean, that's just brilliant, isn't it? I love it. I'm on fire. You take care. You have a good rest. I'm glad that you're excited about the game again. That is what the absolute key of all this is we're loving it and we're playing this game together and we're trying to solve mysteries together. And that is what... I love this part of this game so much. It's such a shame that there's so many people that have to like shit on it. She's like, oh, it's just a bug. It's like, well, even if it is, let's just enjoy the game together. Do you know what I mean? Oh, anyway, right. So, Deezo, that's got some importance in the history, isn't it? There was nothing obvious in Redicat. That's, I mean, I've done these before. 07. Pardon me. Well. Maybe. I might have a little bit of that. Oh, I got more grape Galena yet. I'm leaving the... What? Way too late, bruh. This is insane how fast I'm able to get from Colonia to Solna. I know, right? My personal best right now was it was 40 minutes. Yeah, I did Colonia to Sol in 40 minutes. The world record was 39 minutes. I'm not sure whether it's got better. I imagine it has got quicker.
Fuel scooping complete.
Understand? Order able rise. Be nice if it worked that way, wouldn't it? I'm just bringing these over for you. You can source them there. There's an anarchy system, a jump away, that's got a tourist beacon in it, and so you can just they deliver them to you. It's really useful. You just wait there with your guns out, and then when the delivery ships arrive, you take them. What's this then? They're cruise ships, by the way. They're not. Yeah, he is bad. What's he doing with them people? Do you know what I mean? It is fucked up. There's only... The only people that move out to Colonia are people that want to keep themselves to themselves, or people that don't want to keep themselves to themselves, which is really worrying. Lave radio signal booster. That's cool. Isn't Ricci engineering a big deal? I'm experiencing abdominal discomfort from my lasagna, and it displeases me quite a bit. I don't like it. Is it grade 5 life support he does? What does he do? I can't remember. I know I recently fixed what I had pinned over at Colonia. I could probably do another pass of it. I don't know, the grade 5 lightweight life support is pretty big. But you do that to a fucking Flipper or a Anaconda and you can find you get a couple of extra light years jump range just from that one button click. It's a big deal. What annoys me? Why can't he take slaves? You know what I mean? There are slaves. I don't know why that's better. It's not better. It's more humans, isn't it? He only wants 25. I'm offering him 25 tons of humans. Yeah, no, that's not better, is it? That's way, way worse. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay. I feel like he should at least take slaves as an alternative, you know? A ton of slaves should be the equivalent of one occupied escape pod. Why does he wants pilots then, right? Only pilots get occupied escape pods. See these delivery ships here? They'll deliver occupied escape pods to you. In Colonia. First explored in 2422. Understand that that's before they had hyperdrive technology. There was no time travel before this date, at this time. From Lave, Deso was found to contain a rich indigenous ecosystem topped by a dominant species of rotund, feline-like creatures with rich black fur called Delines. Oh, holy shit, that wasn't a typo. Human settlement began around the equatorial regions, and within 10 years, colonists had discovered the planet's potential for agriculture. Inhabitants quickly settled into the planet's rural way of life, adjusting to a slower pace than the more industrial economies nearby. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. Let us see. Did we transport in time? We don't appear to have, my friend. We appear to still be in the time-travelled state. Let me go and read this one now. Hello? Oh. Maybe it's not the lasagna, maybe it's the carbonated beverage. Why does it have a permit-locked moon? Hmm? It's awfully sus to me. Wasn't a long-standing session, was it? It wasn't a long-standing session, but it's better than a non-standing session and then getting varicose veins or a clot. They would be bad things. Or League of Carnage, if you're watching. The new Distant Worlds 3 podcast is out, and it's about racing and all the racing they're trying to do. So you should definitely check that out if you're here. I will listen to it at some stage. I need to catch up on the Distant Worlds 3 podcast. I'm sure there's all sorts of interesting Easter eggs in there that we're not actually adding into this mystery right now. The indigenous Delines were driven from the equatorial regions by human settlement, but are still common in the colder, higher latitudes, where they prey predominantly on various ground-dwelling scavengers known as drats, a collective name for the various rat-like creatures hated by humans for their effects on their crops. In the early day of Deso settlement, the Delines were hunted as they had attacked and killed human children from time to time, and in some areas they were very nearly wiped out. In the following years, the resulting drat plague destroyed crops over vast areas, so humans decided to tolerate the Delines and fence them out of human settlements instead. Today, Deline pelts are highly prized, particularly the rich, pure white pelt of the much rarer polar Deline, an almost bear-like animal, but nevertheless closely related to the temperate Delines. Delines are still hunted for sport, but this is controlled, and such hunting has become a profitable tourist activity. Well, I do hope that we have a Deso Deline hunting operation soon. I will gladly make a suit out of their fucking little carcass. Because I'm a savage human. I don't mean to be, but I got... Can you imagine if doing a tip-off... Oh, it's too late. It's gone. Okay. Can you imagine if doing the tip-offs were while time shifted? No. Again, we're looking for other time shifts, really. I just want to see if while visiting these old places, there's anything different. The difficult bit as well is there's no way to have a conversation with someone, is there? And be like, what's the time?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
What I know is my SRV survey is being well weird. Like, right now it says that I should scan one body and that the body's name is 0. What does this mean, sir? There is no 0. Maybe it means this, doesn't it? Like, do you think we should maybe pay visit to Lee Jong-gwin Station in Seoul, which is named after the woman that discovered hyperspace? What is it? Oh, worth mentioning, we have seen some fuckery with wake scanners. That's a point. I need to go and engineer a wake scanner. Can I do that here, actually? Apparently YouTube just doesn't, like, that's not a thing I can configure. They don't let the sharing of links in their chat. It's not a thing I'm afraid I can, like, give you permission to do. It is a preclusion of the platform. No, I'm not doing it. Not in a Mandalay. Especially not when it literally makes no fucking difference. Great. That would be great, wouldn't it? I jump to a white dwarf, charge off it, still do the same number of jumps. Crazy. Crazy, crazy baby. Don't you know it's crazy now? So we're going to go and engineer this wake scanner, and then we're going to go and visit the mysterious body place while we're time shifted to see if we can make ends of it.
System scan complete. Fuels moving.
That's correct, Seawolves, yes. You can skip, you can do anything, you can play the whole game. Get out, run around, change ships. You can dock at a fleet carrier, jump the fleet carrier, change ships in the shipyard, get in that ship. Is that an Inara link? Is that what that is? If I put that into an Inara... Ronu, I know this name. I know that name. I know the name Ronu.
System scan complete. Fuels moving. Fuels moving complete.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for sharing. So with this Cetus Bane POI, what, can you follow it? Can you follow the wake? What, is there a reason that it's pertinent? Are you just wondering if it's different?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
543 is missing, isn't it? I've never even noticed that. Yeah. 86. No, it's not. 87. Yeah, 876. You see, this is hard for me because I've done all this before. I've been here before. I've looked at these things. Like, it's really difficult to come back and do shit again, you know? Damn, you're not wrong now. That's something to think about. Oh, no, I don't want to say it all now. What am I gonna do about it? I don't know what to say a bit. Now, what do you think, my friends? What do you think it means when 543 is gone from there? I do not know what to see in that one now. If you could help me, it would not make me frown. What do you think we do? Five, 4, 3. That's really interesting, Commander Guru. I've never done that before. So I'd be curious to experience that just separately anyway. But are you curious to see if it's different when you're time shifted? That's true, what Crazy Bite just said. I agree. I don't know, yeah, the numbers thing is an interesting pattern to identify. The fact that they are sequential numbers with some missing it is interesting.
Orbital flight engaged.
Ah! This is not good. You have fucked this up, sir. Wiggle of resistance. You see, to the bug folk, to the folk that profess this is a bug, I want to know, why doesn't this revert it? Right? Like, why? I'm certain that I'm still time shifted, but we'll see. I'm like, if this would be a valuable data point if we're not. No, you see, we're still time shifted. To the people that believe it's a bug, you have to explain to me why, because people always say to me, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. But if you provide extraordinary evidence for an extraordinary claim, it therefore, by virtue of that, requires more extraordinary evidence to then overturn it and say that's still a bug, right? Like, it's like a fucking flipper Uno reverse. Like, I show you me driving on the surface and then the entire reality shifts around me. It's the only POO of its kind. It's in Algol, which is in the Perseus constellation, hence Cetus. Algol is the right eye of Medusa's head in the constellation Balladiel. Love that. Now I'm looking through the source. Now we got the source code, don't you know? We're gonna go and see 87621 in the list and see if it's a little hole. Is it in the right place now? Does it have the right data in there now? I do not know. What are we gonna do? We gotta look through this massive sheet. Oh my god. Let me consult the charts. Eight 7-6-2-1. It's meaningless to me. No, Seawolves, it's the whole galaxy. The whole galaxy goes to a specific state. It's not just the system. Like, if you jump around... I would agree with you if... Sorry, yeah, no, I agree, Seawolves. That's interesting. And I agree with your statement there, yeah. But the player is time shifted, yeah. Totally.
Landing gear deployed.
Access granted. Proceed to landing pad 02.
I know, yeah. That's why I get so antsy when people say they think it's a bug and yet they put so much work into building it. It would be such a ridiculous bug to let get into prod that I would literally be like, I'm not playing the game anymore if they're this shit developers. Like, if they managed to... Howdy, Annalise. Very rarely do I get kick messages. I hope you're doing well over in Kick.
Touchdown complete. Engaging ship restraints. Your arrival has been noted.
I mean, I keep a close eye on Frontier on LinkedIn, and they do have a couple of QA, but it's not a lot. But they've been there a long time. I won't lie, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I worked with them. It would be really rough for everyone. Like, my standards would be so high compared to how they run things. It would probably be, like, super adversarial. But, oh well. I think that for it to be this bad, I really? I do not know, and I kind of wanna work on this, you see. So the wake scanner thing is pure tinfoilery, okay? I'm gonna fully own this. This is me looking at... So first things first, but shield your eyes. I'm sorry, I can't change this. This is the entry data for HIP 87621. I think that what we're interested in are these magnitude numbers, but I think it's the HP mag of 8. I think we can check to see if it... HIP 87621. One 163079. Place. No, place. Let me search my friend. No. One 163079. But let me search it. Why can't you search it? Did I do the engineering? What engineering should I do? Also, do I have a pinned blueprint with her? Where do I see? Oh, no. I don't think I do I? Oh, this is exciting. Wait, do I? No limpet. I have long range KWS pinned with her. That's decent. No, like the only time like, so they test the game, right? And POIs work, right? That's like going into this release, you wouldn't assume that adding a new POI would suddenly start fucking with the time the game runs at, right? Like, that's a completely insane thing to check. It would be, like, intractable to check that, because you couldn't possibly build tests that, like, they must know that there's a way for the game engine to operate in a way where you load the game in different time. They must know this as a thing, right? So they must have tests to defend against this situation happening. Either they've done development work that explicitly added this ability as part of the Radicoider, in which case they would explicitly test that it works. And they would have tests that prove that when you land it all changes. Or the alternative is, over the 10 years this game's existed, they would know that there are ways that POIs can cause the system to run the game, like the game system, the Cobra engine, to load in the wrong time. And you would expect them to have tests for that and checks for that, right? Because it's literally game breaking. Like, when we play together in open, oh yeah, I can't see how it's not deliberately been developed. Like, either the truth is that every POI you instance with sets this date thing to be a different date, but then it would just get overwritten, right? Like, you would go to a Radicoider, you time travel, and then when you jump to a new system, or when you leave and dock at the asteroid base, or when you interact with any other POI, it would set this value, and then you would be surely on real time. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that the only way for them to miss that this is a bug is for this to be a thing that can be set before this was developed, right? Like, that's what you're presuming and saying. Yeah, the only way they could miss it, so the only way for it to be a bug in the Radicoider, right, and therefore the testers missed it and it got into production, is if the propensity, the ability for the engine to run at different times already existed before they built this. Right? Like, that's the only way. And it's something that's just deep in the code that no one knows about or thinks about, and the testers just never even think of it because it's always been there in the background, right? That's what has to be true in order for this to accidentally have ended up in production. So if that's true, then we need to factor that into other mysteries like Raxxla, because it could be that yeah. So the other salient points that I think matter are there are 3 different types of Radicoider sites. There is small ones, medium ones, and large ones. And they're different sizes. And it would seem that the radius matters, like, well, no, it's from the middle of it, sorry. So the size of the site doesn't matter. There's a point in the middle, and 90 kilometers around that, it invokes it. Yeah, it's in the client, isn't it? It seems to be. I think that they've done this as a hint for us to get us back on the track of some of these mysteries. I really do. And I think it works in 2 brushstrokes. I think that they've done it because it gets us back on the hint of some of these older mysteries, which is an amazing boon. Like, most of the value of the Elite Dangerous franchise is wrapped up in those mysteries. And they want this to be happening, where we're having these conversations and we're bonding and forming these memories over this game and this lore, right? That is what it ultimately serves the purpose of, and that's what it's doing. But the other side is that I think they're going to leverage this stuff for respawn points within operations. I think that's where this is headed. I think it's going to be how they justify, like, oh, you got to this point in the mission and you can revert back in time to get there. I think that's ultimately what's coming. But I also do wonder if some of the stuff I've been thinking this afternoon, maybe this could be like the next attack from the Thargoids, and over time, as this grows, it will have implications around where we can and can't jump, or when we can jump. Because right now, that's what I'm basing my mindset on, is what I wrote up here. So I'm operating under the assumption that frameshift technology is not a technology that is able to travel through space very fast. It's a technology that enables someone to travel space but in no time, because it's actually a time travel technology. Like, it lets you go into witch space, and in witch space there is no time, and while you're in there and the frameshift drive is doing its thing, you remain in no time, and then when you come out at the other end, the frameshift drive has a way of making sure that you're anchored to the time when you entered, right? But what's happening at the Radicoider, I think, is when you drop out at them and it tries to do that step of making sure that you end up in the time that you entered the new frame of reference in, it can't do it because the Radicoider's technology or biology interrupts this mechanism, and it forces us into the time that the Radicoider... I think my theory is that the Radicoider are kind of like a species that exists in witch space. Like their spore form is in witch space, but when they bloom in our reality, but they're anchored to one moment. The one moment where they bloomed is the only moment they exist in, because the root system is in witch space, which exists outside of time. It exists equally before the universe began and after the universe ends. Like, the root system for that planet is always present, and our universe happens, and there's a period in what we experience as time where if you go there, you'll see these things, and it will force you back to the moment where they entered our reality. Yeah. So that's what I'm operating under right now. That's my belief. A lot of what I said then is my belief. I want to be really clear with you. I don't have any evidence direct. I can't say to you based on this bit of evidence what I just said is true. I'm not trying to tell you that you should believe that as well. That's my, like, I'm trying to deduce from the facts that I've seen what could be the bigger picture and what bigger picture I feel like I'm heading towards. But all I know right now is the Radicoider caused time travel, full stop. I'm not open to discussing it as a bug, really, to be honest. Like, it clearly happens, and it happens for your entire game session. Yeah. Yeah, it does. So what should we do with this? Because what we're doing here, right, is there's Distant Worlds 3 lore coming out. Yeah? Somewhere. And so what we're going on here is this most recent entry, which is it's describing a conversation, a meeting that allegedly happened between Drew Wager's literal character, Alicia Verdi, who, if you go back and watch Drew Wager's live stream from earlier on, when I was live, he was live, playing the game as the character that's in this story, Alicia Verdi. And apparently she meets with Halsey, and they talk about some stuff. And in particular, they talk about anomalous wake scans. So they say that they talk about Salome for a bit. Do not underestimate the power of myth. I actually think that's a interesting sentence. I wouldn't be surprised if this is partly written by Drew Wager as well. Yeah, we know Thargoids are from there. That was in the original games, wasn't it? So this here, they talk about wake scanner just picked up something crossband echo at 15 cycles. Now, I don't know. This could just be flavor fluff. Yeah, they do receive orders. You're right. But what I'm interpreting from this is that the only time I've ever seen the number 15 involved in wake scanning is that every wake scanner by default has a 15-degree scan angle. But there are engineering that you can do. So here it says this dude's flying an Eagle with an engineered wake scanner. And it indicates that it has this 15 cycles. So I'm assuming that this is describing an engineered wake scanner that deliberately hasn't edited the angle, right? So the only way to do that is to not make it wide angle or long range. They both change the scan angle. So any of these other engineering upgrades will have may allow us to do this, meet this state of having an engineered wake scanner. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put it on an Eagle. Might put it on a Cobra Mark III. But I think I might go for shielded, since it uses shit that I don't use for anything else. Oh no, tungsten's... Okay, no, we're going to go lightweight. So we don't know that the frameshift drive makes a black hole. Like, all we know is that it tears through space-time and allows you to enter hyperspace. And the tunnel that we call... The tunnel through hyperspace that we travel through, we call witch space. Because it makes sounds and you can see weird shit in it. You can hear whistling and whispers and all sorts of freaky shit going on, right? The only reason I push back against the black hole thing is because there are black holes in the game and you can't fly into them. Like, it's... do you know what I mean? That's the only reason. Like, the bigger picture is what I would describe from Michael Brooks's A Story in Between. No, the In Between Space is what his story was going to be called. But it was never published. He was the lead... like, writer internally at Frontier until he passed away, or, well, until shortly before. And in his book, or what he describes in his blog, would have been his book before he died, was that he wanted to write a story in a world where the universe that the story's told in is the second universe present. So there used to be a universe that had gods, and the people in that universe rose up against their gods and killed them, and it destroyed their universe. And then new gods emerged from that built a new universe out of what was left over from before. And that's the universe that we would be experiencing. And, like, in that sense, that's where, like, what they would have created is the thing we know as time, and they didn't have time in their universe. So we're like we're a universe in a universe, and time only exists for us. I think that makes sense, but it's difficult to get your head round. It's not easy to make sense of. Yeah. I don't know any of that, obviously. That's all a lot of, I guess, somewhat wishful thinking or belief. Where's this Col 285 sector? Sounds like we're singing from very similar song sheets there, Seawolves. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I think I see what you mean. Wait, someone colonized this?
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, so essentially they needed a story that could explain how, say like you're in Seoul, and like based on physics, if you were to jump 50 light years in a second and then jump 50 light years back, based on physics, like the only way for you to come back is for 100 years to have passed at least, because there's no known way to exceed the speed of light, right? There's only two ways that you could, based on our knowledge of physics, achieve it, where you leave and come back and less than 100 years has passed, and that is if you travel faster than the speed of light, or you can travel outside of time. That, like, both of those are valid things in, like, that real astrophysicists are genuinely considering as ways to overcome this issue, right? It's not like craziness to say that. That's reality. That's true. So, evidently, look, like, if I can do this, then what that means is now that I'm in Super Cruise, I am no longer in the same frame of reference of time, right? Because I'm now travelling at 8 times the speed of light, which makes sense if right now I'm outside of time, because I'm in Super Cruise. My frame of reference is one where I'm, like, not in time like everything else. And of course that means I can travel at 50 times the speed of light, because there is no time here. Like, when I drop out of Super Cruise over there, it will be the time when I entered back over there. I think the Radicoida is Frontier saying enough is enough, we need to just show these people what's going on. I really do. And a lot of people that have been in the scene a long time, I feel like they don't want that. They don't want to see that. They don't... It's hard for them. Do you know what I mean? And I get it. It's hard for me as well. Like, I've been here a long time. I've been looking at this. I've been to Akinar so many fucking times searching for clues. Like, you have no idea. Let's go and see if this mystery body works any differently, shall we? We're gonna believe. We're gonna do it.
Fuel scooping complete. System scan complete. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
What's that human signal? Is that the thing I'm thinking of that I thought was other signal? It's on its own though.
Orbital flight engaged.
No, it's at it, isn't it? Yeah, it's at it. What? The human signal went away then. I'm guessing the human signal is what you see there if you've never scanned it before. And then once you instance with it... Right, let's just make sure we didn't time travel. We're still shifted.
Drive assist off. Low gravity on. Incoming message.
So they find a body. Wilkins is right. We're going to have to inform the authorities about it. There's no cause of death. We've looked up the ship and its disappearance. Some kind of anomaly causing the ship to just vanish without a trace. These things are just stories that the Deep Space Explorer tell to make their job seem more interesting than just scanning stars and planets. Nothing like that actually exists, or we would know about it. Everything seemed normal, but there was an uneasiness. And then the signal started about 10 kilometers from the station and appeared to be some kind of radio transmission with a digital data packet encoded into it. And there's something else on the surface. Gravitational field measured approximately 0.1 Gs. Do not come here. The anomaly is closer now. Can't explain. And then they check in and everyone's gone and everyone's dead. And didn't they say the anomalies come in? Do not come here. I repeat, do not come here. He opened his eyes. It started this morning. Everything seemed normal. But there was an uneasiness among the team. No one could put a finger on it, just a general feeling that something was wrong. And then the signal started. It was about 10 kilometers from the station and appeared to be some kind of radio transmission with a digital data packet encoded into it. What's that about? Is that symbol on anything else? On them dishes. What's moving? Get your bowls ready. Doctor's orders. I'm not a doctor, by the way, but if you have spoken to a medical doctor who's on the Controlled Substances Register, they can prescribe you the use of cannabis. I highly recommend that you pursue that course of action. Don't be naughty. Put yourself on the list. Do it. Then one day our kids won't have to hide and frequent with drug dealers in order to get high. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking madness. Anyway. So far, nothing obvious. Let's go and get in the ship and see if its sensors pick anything better up. Grind it up. I miss Gentleman Dub Club. Who's this? There's a person. An orca here. So there's nothing 10 kilometers away. Right? Oh. The grapiness of that first inhalation is outrageous.
Landing gear retracted.
I might have buckled. I might have to buy half short. It's niggling away at me, knowing I've got the money and I can click the button. I want to use the money for other things that are better and morally aligned with what I believe in, like buying my daughter a gift. But when am I even going to see her to give it to her? Like, anyway. So I'm just doing the 10-kilometer perimeter. What's over here?
Retracted.
Where is the star? Is it over this way? It feels like it's over this way, right? Oh, yeah. Time to get swifty. Wait, can we not target the star from here? What? There it is. So I'm over here. What are the places that are here called? I am tempted to go down. So I've tested going down in my Huna Viper Mark III, which has got like an old school frameshift drive. It is engineered though, but it's got no Guardian tech, nothing like that anywhere near it. No obvious difference. The Cobra Mark III is a valid test. It's just getting back there, isn't it? And doing all of that is different. Like, I'm time shifted and it's worth me just checking other stuff. That pyramid does look cool, doesn't it, over there? It's a cool mountain. I swear I've explored it in the past, though. The only thing here is this symbol.
Landing gear deployed.
See, this says level 2, or is that a lift that goes down?
Landing gear retracted.
No difference. I don't know, guys. Well, I think what I'm going to do is probably call it here. It's been a mad little day. It's been a bit of a hodgy-podgy interrupted day by things outside my control, but that's fine. So what have we? I don't think we've learned anything new today, other than there could be something to look into with the wake scanners. I've now got an engineered wake scanner, but I've not had any wakes to scan. Is there a wake to scan over here? Yes. So the whole time we've remained time shifted, yeah? Now let's land here and let's unshift and see like what it would be like if you came here. It's darkness. Oh yeah, that 245 meters. That's we're in it, right? Yeah, we're next to it. Okay, well, it's been a mad one. I mean, we've eliminated a lot of things in the last sort of 24 hours, you know? We've absolutely eliminated oh, it's a bit bright, isn't it? Change. It's been it. So we've eliminated almost all like cargo hold items thus far. Oh, not all, you know, all Guardian ones, I would say, all Thargoid ones that I'm aware of. Some people reported evidence of different behavior when bringing Thargoid containment pods to the Radacoida site. So that could do with some further investigation. We need to do a proper investigation of wakes and wake scanning, both time shifted and just in general not time shifted. Allegedly, from the lore of DW3, there could be things to be learned with that. I don't know how much that stuff should be read into. They haven't officially stated if it is technically officially lore. It would be kind of crazy at this point for it to turn out that it isn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would be seriously bullshit. So, yeah, I don't... what a time to be alive. Stay strong. Keep the search going. Keep the candle lit. I'll be back tomorrow for a day of fun and games. Take care. Au revoir.